I'm fine with the war against Hamas. I'm not fine with the war against the American homeless. I'm not fine with victimizing the homeless in America for people in Israel. I'm not fine with Americans turning a blind eye to us being murdered fucking wholesale. Because all you care about is Jews. All the American government cares about is Jews. See, when homeless people are harmed nationwide, nobody gives a flying fuck. We'll put armed police officers, we will pay them to go protect your goddamn synagogues. I don't see one motherfucker protecting a single goddamn church. Well, I'm told that, I need to go to the back of the bus because Jews have to deal with racism. Like, your people are good with money. Historically, in Europe, your people were the only people allowed to touch money for over 300 years. No, saying that your people are good with money is not racist. That doesn't mean that every Jew is good with money. It means that historically that is what you are fucking known for. Historically, the Germans are known for what? Over-engineering and great engineering feats. But then you take a look at those engineering feats. Who came up with the Fokker DR-1? A fucking Belgian, not a German. That's right. How about the Fokker Eindecker? Again, not German technology. It was a Morane Saulnier with a different tailplane. Oh, God. Yeah, they changed the whole airplane, didn't they? Oh, they didn't. They copied it. My problem here is that we have real problems, and you being told that your people are good with money is not a big fucking problem. It's a historically accurate goddamn statement. For 300 years of European history, monarchs literally went out of their way to create jobs just for Jews, to create a safe place within their kingdoms just for Jews. Even created laws making it illegal for anybody who's not a Jew to take part in those trades. I'm fine with supporting Israel in this fight against Hamas. I am not fine with it being done at the expense of Americans. Especially when many of those Americans are being wholesale slaughtered, being neglected into the fucking grave, having their lives taken away by bad police officers who have no fucking morality. There is nobody in the United States other than me with any real reality or morality, for that matter. Other than myself, I cannot count a single human being that I've met as a good person. You've gotten to see time and again on my channel me going out of my way to get my ass whooped, sticking up for people who deserve to be stuck up for. They're still human beings. But if you call them mentally ill, magically they're not human beings anymore, are they? Not even to the poor. Benjamin Netanyahu is mentally ill. President Joe Biden is mentally ill. Not that it matters. Donald Trump is mentally ill. And you, watching this goddamn channel, are, in fact and indeed, mentally ill. What kind of a sick shit does it take to look at a channel like mine and not lift a goddamn finger to put a stop to the abuse? What sick pieces of shit you are. What sick pieces of shit you are for taking away from the actual victims and making it about yourself. How dare you take from the American people and say we're not giving enough? How dare you tell victims of the American government that they need to go to the back of the bus? And how dare you pretend that someone saying that your people are good with money is somehow anti-Semitic? No. The way that the Jewish community as a whole treat the poor and the homeless is worse than anti-Semitism. Who did Adolf Hitler go after first? Did he go after the Jews? No, he went after the homeless and the disabled. The quote-unquote mentally ill. You know why Adolf Hitler blamed the Jews? Because of that money handling. And because, yes, in fact and indeed, then as today, the majority of our money is handled by Jews. That is not anti-Semitic to state a fact. That's like stating a fact that Hispanic people are more family-oriented than we white folks. When a white person turns 18, the majority of the time he's told, all right, you're 18, get the fuck out of my house. There is no family dynamic there. The people who have taken the best care of Hispanic people. That's right. White people don't give two shits. They'll talk prettiness, and I just forgot my sign. That's not going to do me any goddamn good, is it? Plus, my pants are held together by staples, and they keep stabbing me in the ass. So I got to walk back to my vehicle to go get my sign and try to panhandle before then. Well, it's already down. It's just still bright out. Now, obviously me being a descendant of, well, Hebrew ancestry, how many of y'all know the difference? What's the difference between a Jew, a Hebrew, and an Israeli? Judaism, that's a Jew. Judaism is a religion. Hebrew is a bloodline. Israeli is a nationality. So if you got an issue with Israelis, that doesn't make you anti-Semitic. If the politics of the Israeli government are against your taste, that's not anti-Semitic. Stating a fact about the Jewish people is not anti-Semitic. If you say that only black people can get sickle cell anemia, you are not being racist against black people. You are stating a fact. F-A-C-T. Look it up. Look up how many white people have gotten sickle cell anemia. And then look at how many of them have African ancestry and just didn't fucking realize it. That's right, you cannot get sickle cell anemia unless you have black ancestry. Not only that, it's specifically, well, in several cases that I'm aware of, white women with no black ancestry had told me that they had sickle cell anemia because they wanted some clout, they wanted someone to listen, they wanted someone to care. Unfortunately, they said it's somebody who's intelligent. One of the women that I know, her name is Rachel Klang. She claimed to have sickle cell anemia. Turns out that she was just telling a tall tale for attention. You know how much it sucks to be someone going through actual hell, and you've got someone who's gonna steal your attention. That's right. By playing victim or playing sick. Oh, how dare you, Sean, I'm sick. How dare you, Sean, I have this, I have that. Of course, Miss Klang told me that she had sickle cell anemia before any of this stuff with Natalie happened. To all of you in the United States wanting to whine about pussy ass shit, there's real human beings here dying, same as there is over in Israel. The difference is, y'all give a fuck about people in Israel. You don't give two shits about your own citizens here in the United States. And Israel doesn't give two shits about us in the United States. What they care about is our aid. They care about our weapons, our bombs, our airplanes. They even upgraded our F-22 Raptors. Did you know that? Yeah, America is currently trying to trade something to Israel for their missile technology, their electronics technology, the gear that they tore apart, the F-22s that we gave them. They tore them apart and reassembled them how they wanted them, and they're better than what we got. They're better airplanes. Now, as far as the Palestinians go, you know what? If they would just leave Israel the fuck alone instead of, what do? They complain about one spot. They will literally try to get every single Palestinian killed because of a fucking rock. That's right, a mosque in Jerusalem. I don't give a fuck about your imaginary friend at this point. I don't give a shit if you believe in Allah, the Almighty God, the fucking Kabbalah, the Quran. I don't give two shits. All of you are nasty. All of your religions are nasty. All of your excuses are nasty. And you are filthy and disgusting people. All of you, not just Jews, everyone. Everyone. If it's not happening to you, it's fine, isn't it? You will allow children to be raped and murdered as long as it's not your, well, I would say as long as it's not your children, but the fact is, the most likely person to rape your children is you. The most likely person to beat the fuck out of your child is their mother. The most likely person to kill your child is their mother. There is no person on the planet more likely to kill their child than their own mother. That's right. If Sarah has 2 kids, and those 2 kids are murdered, who is the most likely culprit? That's right, Sarah. If Alex has 2 daughters, and they were raped, who is the most likely culprit? The dad, that's right. Well, you look at homeless people and blame them for everything. Oh, they're homeless, they must be rapists. They're homeless, they must be child molesters. They're homeless, they must be murderers. They're homeless, they must be drug addicts. And this comes from drug addicts who have housing, who have mommy and daddy who take care of them into your 30s, 40s, and 50s. Holy Christ. While you make fun of people across the internet and bully innocent people. God damn, you're disgusting. All of you, not just Jews, not just Muslims, not just atheists, not just Christians. All of your religions suck. And atheism? Well, atheism would be a lot better if we could get Christians, Muslims, and Jews to use their fucking brains instead of believing whatever the fuck they're told by religious goddamn nut jobs. That's how you end up drinking the goddamn Kool-Aid. Believing that bullshit will have you drinking Kool-Aid to chase comets like a fucking nut job. I mean, Jesus, goddamn holy motherfucking all of Christ and all that bullshit, right? Did I miss a couple of curse words or a couple of names there for the Almighty? Yahweh, El Shaddai. Yeah, I know a few names. But when it comes down to it, it don't matter what you call your imaginary friend. You're basing your reality on an imaginary fucking creature. If this good and loving God actually existed, there would be no rape. There would be no child molestation. There would be no murder. Your God doesn't exist. And every time that you throw your imaginary friend in my face over actual abuse, you use this imaginary friend as an excuse to look away, as an excuse to hide. When it comes to the Palestinians, yeah, I'm on the Hebrew side. I'm on the Israeli side. I'm on the Jewish side. See, here's the thing that y'all who want to whine that poor Palestinians, poor Palestinians, poor Palestinians. No, not poor Palestinians. They're not asking for the Jews to leave them alone. That's not what they're asking for. They are asking for the Jews to fall off the face of the planet. They want all the Jews dead. That is Hamas's goal. They have stated that goal outright. The complete eradication of the Hebrew state. So yeah, I'm absolutely not on Palestine's side. Absolutely not. Those Jews deserve a place to lay their heads, same as the American homeless people. The difference is the American people support Israelis, don't they? But you will not support your own people. Here in America, if you are victimized into homelessness, you will be victimized for the rest of your life. While you want to complain that people say that you're good with money, they're not saying that you in specific are good with money. They're saying Jewish people are good with money. And historically, that is an accurate statement. It's accurate. It is historically accurate as well to say that white people don't get sickle cell anemia, because we don't. We don't. To state a fact is not wrong. And if you are insulted by a fact, then you are an idiot and you are wasting our oxygen. God bless America and all that bullshit. Am I anti-Semitic because I state a fact? Am I against all black people because I said white people don't get sickle cell anemia? See, we need to stop here and understand that there are human beings being killed every day while you're whining that somebody said, oh, your people are good with money. Historically, that is accurate. Historically, for 300 years in Europe, 300 years, nobody except a Jew was allowed to touch money. During the Crusades, the Templars had to hire Jews. That's right. There was a special code so you could travel through the Holy Land and buy what you needed on paper notes. That's right, paper notes. Imagine that, a piece of paper being a, what's the word I'm looking for here? A proxy for gold. Where have we heard of this idea before? Oh yeah, we got American money too. It's exactly the same thing. Except back then they had a secret code that they would figure out and write down on your piece of paper so that you knew how much money that you had to spend. But you weren't allowed to handle that money yourself because European law all across the continent of Europe made it illegal for non-Jews to handle the actual money itself. You ever wonder why we have so many Goldsteins, Goldbergs, gold, Silverstein, Silverberg, Blackstein, Blackberg? Believe it or not, these are all Hebrew traditional names across Europe. This is very specifically in the Holy Roman Empire, which might surprise you, but it's Germany. That was the Holy Roman Empire. Who was allowed to touch the gold? Jews. Who else? That's it. Even a king didn't touch his own gold. Can you imagine that? For almost 200 years, the only blacksmithing jobs, the only people allowed to do blacksmithing were Jews in the Holy Roman Empire. Now, that wasn't all across Europe, but in the Holy Roman Empire, for certain. 200 years of only Jewish blacksmiths. I am not against Israel. I'm not against the Israeli state. I'm not against Israel as a nation. I'm not against Hebrews or those of Hebrew ancestry. I'm not against Jews or those who follow the religion of Judaism. What I'm against is Americans ignoring Americans to go harm others over your imaginary friend. Now, my question to the evangelical community is this. If all y'all are going to go along with anything that Israel says because your God supposedly says that, oh, wait, here's a car we recognize. Dr. Danelle Boggs. It's a nice car. Sorry, had to point that out. What I'm against is ignoring human beings here in the United States. What I'm against is the United States government spending hundreds of thousands of dollars every year per homeless person to have us incarcerated, victimized, and forced into homelessness, stuck homeless, perpetually stuck homeless. Because you don't want to spend $12,000 to make sure that we have housing. You'll spend $150,000 to make sure that we're locked up for not having housing. I don't want to say that Americans are the dumbest people on the planet, because I'd like to believe otherwise. I'm just being shown something other than what I want to believe. I don't know why that lady waved at me, but it was nice of her. I'm not willing to kill people. That's because it's not absolutely necessary. But guaranteed, it doesn't matter if it's Hamas, the Israeli state, or the American government. You come after my family, I come after you, and there will be no end to it. When it gets to the point where I literally have to kill people, it's not an option at that point. I choose not to harm people. I choose to speak out. And many of these people want to be hateful and claim that they're being harmed because I told the truth. Well, rightfully so. If you're being harmed because I told the truth, well, maybe you should have thought about it before doing the fucked up shit that you did. You really think I wanted to tell the truth about what useless pieces of shit you are? So, my question here to all of you evangelicals is, if the Jews are God's chosen people, then why are you evangelical instead of converting to Judaism? It don't make much fucking sense, does it? Yeah, go drink the fucking Kool-Aid, asshole.